Hi, I'm Erin Rawl. I'm one of the third-year neonatology fellows and also the chief fellow at Medical College of Wisconsin Children's Wisconsin Neonatology Fellowship. And I'm here with Dr. Scott Welak, who's our associate program director for our fellowship. And we're doing a series of interviews of our faculty to highlight how incredible they are, since during this interview season, all the interviews will be virtual. We really wanted you guys to get a feel of the environment and faculty here at our program. So with that, I'll start with Dr. Welak. Hi, Dr. Welak. I thought the question I would ask would be kind of how long you've been at Children's and describe your path to your current position.
Yeah, so I'm the local guy. I grew up in Wisconsin, undergrad here. Grew up here, medical college at MCW. Went out east for 3 years for residency, but came back in 2009 for fellowship, and started out as faculty in 2012. Initially, during fellowship and my early faculty career was in bench science lab doing neck research, but in 2016, the opportunity arose for me to take the associate program director position for the NICU fellowship, which I jumped at and have absolutely loved, and have been in that role since.
How do you feel like your fellowship at MCW prepared you for your role and to be an academic physician?
It was great. I feel very prepared for the entire role as the academic physician. Clinically, definitely was prepared. The volume of patients that you see, the variety of pathologies, premature infants, babies with congenital heart disease, congenital anomalies, surgical needs, genetics, a lot of the unusual diagnoses that occur in neonatology. I definitely saw during my training, and now, with the new unit we opened in 2015, 70 beds, the number of patients has grown, the variety has grown. It's fantastic. You can't be anything but an excellent clinician. From an academic side, definitely was prepared. I did well in my bench research. I obtained funding and was pretty successful there. But as my career went on, I realized I really enjoyed working with the fellows a lot more. So when I had this opportunity to jump in and take the APD role, I definitely did. And I was actually surprised how well I was prepared from learning how to teach residents and fellows, and just the involvement in our fellowship program. I was surprised how well prepared I was. So I think, yeah, if you're coming out of our program, you are definitely ready for anything, but I think definitely for academic medicine.
I know you kind of touched on quite a few strengths of the fellowship, but are there any specific strengths that you didn't mention or that you want to highlight about the program?
Yeah, usually there's three things I think that set us apart. One, as I mentioned, was the clinical experience, the volume, the diversity of pathologies, definitely. The second one is the research philosophy, I guess I would say. There are some places where they know what project you're going to do, or they're going to try to put you in somebody's lab to make sure that you generate data for them and things. And we take the opposite approach, which one of the things I'm sure you'll remember, Erin, is about 5 minutes after the match, I give you a call and I'm like, I am so excited you're here. We're so grateful you're here. Now let's get started on your scholarly project. I'm not expecting you to fly here and start doing experiments, but to try to figure out what you want to do, to set you up with mentors, and to figure out what you want to do from an academic standpoint, both in your fellowship, but also in your career. We're not afraid to go, with our strengths, definitely pulmonary hypertension, perinatal counseling, bioethics, clinical research. We have excellent, well-funded faculty members there. But if, fellows have an interest and a desire to do something that's outside of our section, we welcome that opportunity. We want to make sure that our fellows are able to pursue their dreams and their research interests. So I think it's definitely another one of the strengths. The third strength I usually mention is our the way we treat our fellows. It's, fellowship can be a bit unusual where you're not a resident, but you're not a faculty member, you're in between. And our goal, from 7 a.m. July 1st, your first day, is we want to treat you, and we will treat you like junior faculty or pre-junior faculty. So you're not rounding, you're rounding with us. You're not writing notes. You're not doing, things that we'd expect our residents to do. We want you to do what we do. When we go and have our conferences, they're involved. We involve you guys. When we do our prenatal consults or the difficult talks we have with families, we bring you guys with us. And then as you progress your career, you're leading those discussions, you're leading rounds. We hold you to a pretty high standard, and you guys hold yourselves to a high standard. So I think you're well prepared, not only from the science aspect of neonatology, but also from how to be a neonatologist. I think it's a really unique experience you get here at Children's.
Yeah, I agree. I think one thing that I was surprised about, not knowing much about the hospital and the programs before I came, was the breadth of pathology. The pediatric subspecialists that we have here generate some very interesting transfers in. And even as a fellow, the ability to go on transport and be respected on that team as the physician. It's really been a unique experience as a fellow throughout this training.
Yeah, no, and I can always tell when one of our former graduates, that calls us for a transport. It's always this cool, calm. Oh, I totally saw this during fellowship. I know exactly what I'm doing with this. Whether it's a preemie, whether it's a like we've had gastroschisis for in the outside hospitals or congenital heart syndrome, and our fellows are always like, "Yep, saw this, learned about this. Here's what I do," which I think speaks volumes to how well they're prepared for it.
Going on to now more of the kind of work-life balance and location of the fellowship. I think Milwaukee is a really, really unique city, and you said that you're from the area. So what are some things about Milwaukee that you like, and things that you want our applicants to know about living here?
Yeah, I think it's admittedly not a travel destination. So there's a lot of people who haven't been to Milwaukee. The first thing is it's not as cold as everybody thinks it is. It has the same temperature as Chicago, the same temperature as Denver. We don't get a ton of snow like everybody thinks. It's not winter 13 months out of the year. So, it's really nice. There's so many fun things to do. I have two kids, 13 and an 8-year-old as of tomorrow. So we do a lot of, family things, going to the, pre-pandemic, of course, going to the pool, hiking, stuff outside. My son plays baseball. My kids rock climb. So we do a lot of the family things. The schools are outstanding, private schools, public schools. There's a cool, cultural vibe in Milwaukee. The festivals, there's always some sort of really neat cultural festival downtown in the summer. The music scene is awesome, from the large concerts to, I'm always amazed at how many small venues have big concerts, right? You can see a number of really good bands that, literally just walk up and get tickets, which is so cool. A lot of great restaurants, a lot of great cultural restaurants, really good food. And the other thing is that it's super affordable. We make sure that the college pays you a good wage. But we have fellows that rent, that buy houses. It's totally affordable for that. Parking is free at the hospital, so you can save money there. And just, overall, the stuff you can do, the standard of living is good. So you definitely get to enjoy your time outside of the hospital, both, time-wise, but also you get to do fun things because it's affordable.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I've done so much since I've been here, and there's places to go hiking. There's places to be on the water, to kayak, be on boats. And I've really enjoyed getting takeout from all of our favorite restaurants during our quarantine time when we couldn't be there in person.
Right. No, I agree. We've been able to experience a lot of different restaurants that I was, still amazed at finding, and there's still, so many good places that I haven't been to get food. So yeah, there's a lot of awesome things here.
Is there anything about our group of faculty that you want our applicants to know that makes them unique and special?
Yes, I think, it's such a really good and congenial group. I think that one of the things you'll experience here is one, the faculty, we all love to watch our fellows grow. We all love to teach them. We watch them develop. I think it's a really cool thing. And it's a group that definitely wants to, help babies get better and help our fellows learn how to do that. There's the open door policy. I have texted or called or emailed so many people during fellowship and even early faculty career, and even now at odd hours, weekends and stuff, for questions. I get phone calls all the time too. But I think it's great. Everybody is looking out for each other, from the top down. Dr. Ewing, Dr. Leutner, Dr. Kanduri. encourage that and foster that. And that is just something that's part of our DNA of our faculty is, helping each other out. We have that we've all developed that Midwestern, demeanor of being friendly and stuff. But you also combine that with some, top-notch, world-renowned researchers and clinicians. It's just such a unique opportunity. You're not going to see a lot of other places.
Yeah, I agree. I feel comfortable reaching out to Dr. Kanduri. I feel comfortable discussing clinical questions and potential deviations in care plans with my service attendings, and even have had, dinner and kind of life conversations outside of the NICU with many of the faculty, which I think is really, really amazing to be able to do that and feel like they care about me as a person as well as a neonatology fellow.
Yeah, I usually say you, the person, is just as important as you, the fellow. We've had so many experiences with our fellows in the last year for sure, last year, pandemic and everything that, we definitely want to, once you're here, you match with us. It's important making sure you guys develop. It's my main priority, clinic or academically, and all of us take such a big interest in it.
What is one or maybe one or two fun facts about yourself that you want the applicants to know?
I have so many, they should just interview with us so they can hear them, Erin. I think there's two. One is, like I said, I'm the local guy. As a kid, my life's like a John Mellencamp album. I grew up in a town of 1,500 people, one stoplight. My dad sells tractors, so unique perspective that I get to bring. The other thing is I think I'm the king of all the odd jobs. During college, bank teller, lifeguard, worked in a grocery store, gig musician, teaching assistant, worked at a golf course, all sorts of different experiences. And certainly I think the fellows have heard a lot of my stories of all the unique stuff that I've done, before I became a physician. So.
Not here, Cold Stone Creamery ice cream scooper. So I'll have that as my odd job from college.
Excellent. That's good to know.
Well, let's end with maybe one thing you want the applicants, one additional thing you want them to take away from this interview.
Yeah, I think so. We all know that this is, such an unusual time with the pandemic and stuff, but we're excited for the interview season. We definitely want everybody to, take a look at stuff. A lot of information on our website. You can find more interviews with faculty members. You can find a lot more information. I put together a PowerPoint that I usually use as my welcome interview. And I'm sure you remember that one from a few years ago. Take a look at that. It sheds a lot of light on what our program's about, a lot of our strengths. But if they have questions, reach out, email me, give me a call. I definitely want to meet everybody that's interested in our program. And don't be afraid, take a look at us. I think now's a neat time where you don't have to worry about flying anywhere. We can meet in person or, in person virtually. And just get to know us. I think it's an excellent fellowship program. You're going to be well trained in neonatology and academic medicine, and we really are looking forward to this interview season.
Yeah, I agree. I hope that we get to meet a lot of you guys soon.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Erin.
I was going to say with that, I'll conclude the interview.
Awesome. All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye.